Hey everyone, it's Cathy Zielske. Welcome back to my channel and the craft/dining room. It's unboxing day. Not to be confused with Boxing Day to my Canadian friends. My parents are Canadian, so I know about that. Today I'm going to unbox the latest kit from Simon Says Stamp. I'll create 3 cards on camera and I'll show you one more at the end. I'm opening this kit. I have never seen the contents, so let's dive in with the unboxing. Also, there are timestamps below if you just want to jump ahead and see the card projects. Stick around, the unboxing and card projects are coming up next. So let's commence with the unboxing. All right. Now, what I see here first in the box is a very cool washi tape, design tape collection from Mr. Tim Holtz and the Idea-ology line. Look at how fun that is. Look at all those cool, grungy colors. That is awesome. Let's take out the bag. Now, I am seeing this with you for the first time, so it is as much a surprise to me as it is. Well, you know, sometimes what I like to do, I'm gonna tear the bag, not only for the good sound, but I don't want to bend paper. So let's pull this out. There we go. Oh my gosh, stuff is falling on my lap. Okay, I am going to turn this around like this. And I am going to pull out the little insert sheet, which will give me some details that I can look at off camera. This kit is called Sunshine Flowers. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's take a look at what we have. First things first in the box, liquid pearls. Liquid pearls from Ranger. I have never used these. Look at that color, rose gold. That is gorgeous. Craft glue stick, ultra smooth. Wow, that's actually really cool. I wonder if this is a new product. I'm looking at my list. In fact, it is. This is a brand new product. How fun. I don't know about your house, but in our house, glue sticks are, well, they are a coveted item. I'll tell you that much. All right, let's take a look at this die and look at that cute size. Let's pretend like my hand is a human-sized hand. That's cute. That's a cute little sort of serif or slab serify font with little swoop-de-doos. Looking forward to seeing. I love getting dies in kits because I think that is amazing. Of course, the all-important Charms Mini Pop. We'll save that for later when we need nourishment. I've got 3 cards here, or 3 envelopes, and let's see our colors. We've got white, we've got dull pink, and we have got metallic green. That has a shimmer. Can you see that? Oh, that's a beautiful palette. All right, now I'm gonna just flip over the stamps for now. Oh my goodness gracious. I think well, I don't even want to get ahead of myself. Let's move on to, oh my gosh, those are so cool. These are literally look like the Dymo label. These are the Tim Holtz Idea-ology sentiment label stickers, and they kind of have a texture to them. Oh, Tim, those are beautiful. That is super cool. Now, this paper pack is from P13, the 4 Seasons of Summer. Oh, these are gorgeous. Shall we, oh, and they're 2-sided. Shall we flip through? Look at that vintagey goodness. Oh, that's gorgeous. Top and bottom. I'll just show you these and we'll flip back and forth. It's really pretty. Look at that. That is gorgeous too. Okay, coming back around. There's that. Look at that. That's a card. Yep, you know what? Cathy just got an idea for a card just now. There's your card front. Crop it and your card's done. These are gorgeous. Look at those cute little elements as well. Coming up here. Oh, that's gorgeous. One of the things I love, oh, there's another card right there. One of the things I love about paper pads is usually if they are a much smaller pattern than maybe what you would see in a larger set, right, in a 12 by 12 sheet, and I love micro patterns. That is also Waiting Fussy Cut Love. P13, new company to me. That is very cute. So for our cardstock, again, let's take a look at what you get in the kit. I'm guessing that's a dull pink sheet. Yeah, dull pink. We're going to get a piece of Sunshine, the yellow, which is appropriate in this happy kit. We also have the green leaf cardstock. This is the same as that envelope, but the envelope is metallic. And then we have one piece, I'm assuming this is Neenah Solar White 110 pound. Now let's take a look at the stamps. I am very excited to see this. We've got two. One is called Sunflower Garden and one is called Sunflower or Sunshine Flowers. So let's take a look. Shall we flip them? And they're big 6x8 stamp sets. Oh, look at that. Isn't that cute? All right, let's take a look at these gorgeous blooms. And look at the blooms inside a little mason jar with a little ribbon. Oh, and the miss you and thank you go right into that little ribbon. Oh, these are gorgeous. Look at that. Look at that big bloom. I think Mama's going to have to break out some zig markers today. I was thinking about zig markers because I hadn't used them in so long, but look at that. Wouldn't this be cool just to paint this like a messy wash and then pop on your happy birthday? Oh, so cute. But these two are also very cute, and I kind of love how it almost mirrors the style of, you know, the labels. Oh, that's very cool. Okay. And now let's take a look at Sunflower Garden. And again, 6x8. Oh, whoa. Look at that. Oh, that's amazing. That's a ginormous flower. Oh, I have an idea for this too. And this happy birthday, I'm thinking it's the same style typographically. So that would be very cool as well. Wow. Okay. This is, again, when I get these kits, and this is my third one now, I have no idea what I'm getting. I don't see, even though I work with the Simon design team, I am not part of the kit design team. So what we have here is I gotta let it simmer. I gotta simmer for a bit because now comes the time when I start to play, and I'm gonna share all the cards that I come up with using these elements in this video. So stick around. For the first card, I totally want to use one of these to make just a straight up card because look how sweet that is, right? Wouldn't this be cute? Let me grab something here. This is from my A2 layers dies, and what I want to do is I just kind of want to crop this like this so I can just add a simple happy birthday greeting to this card. Or would it look better to come back to the other piece? Where's that other piece that I saw in here? Like this, because then the happy, no, you know what? Either would look good. Look at that. That would be cute. All right, we're going to do it. We're going to commit to this piece. Okay. Also, this paper is really substantial. Like it just feels very substantial, and I love that. So let's kind of have that. I want to try to incorporate as much, and I want to try to see where birthday could go because I think this is cute. So, and then I still have this little strip that I could use for something else. Believe me, with these kits, actually, you know what? I'm going to flip it. With these kits, you can save all the pieces, right? And then, you know, throw them into all kinds of other parts of card. Oh, I should have angled that, but I really didn't. I'm sorry, plates. Oh, that was loud. I didn't mean to hurt you. I only wanted to have some fun. All right, that is the panel, and I will, again, take that and just pop it back into my box to keep everything together. Now, look how sweet that is, and actually, wouldn't that be cute on a pink? Maybe I do want to do a pink card base. I'm going to die cut some of these happy birthdays in pink, and I'm going to do enough that I can stack them. So let's go ahead and do that. Love a little die set. And this one I will, oh, that was unexpected. I will go like this. My plates are a little warped. Picking this up and picking this up as well. Oh, that's very cute. And it's much more petite than I thought it would be. And I will go ahead and cut out a few more of these so that I may do a little stacking. Oh, and I do want to show you too. I always, when I have a die that feels a little more delicate, these are These have little delicate joiners. I'll use some foam here, and it's nice for, you know, just gently poking out those little insides, right? Like that. Like that. Whenever I get a kit, I do like to start really simply. Like, what's the simplest idea that comes to mind? And then, you know, start branching out as you go. But I actually think, oh, I need the tittle. Where did it go? There it is. Don't forget about the dots over the eyes, because that, my friend, is a needed piece. So let me cut more of these out, and then we will glue and stack them. I've got 3 birthdays and 3 happies, and of course the all-important tittles cut out. I'm going to add some spray glue to the back so that I can glue these together. I've got a little box that I like to keep off camera down at my feet so I don't breathe in the fumes. So let me get some adhesive going so we can create some dimension for the greeting. So I've got my spray adhesive on the back of the word happy. I'm just gonna line up the little serifs there. See if I get this good. Sometimes it's a little sticky. Oh, I'm not always the best. Let's get that. Not that I mean, you don't have to be the best. Do you have to be the best? Well, maybe you do. Let's get that glued together like that. You can also use your tweezers to help push together. All right, that's coming down. And I will go ahead and repeat for the word birthday. Squeeze that together like that. All right, it's looking good. So now I have a little, see that? A little dimension. And I will actually, I will put a brick on that just to really press. And I'll go ahead and glue these together as well. So now the question is, what should my card base be? I'm going to keep my tittles there, right? Should we go with, right, we'll just have a little happy birthday right in there like that. Would it look better on the dull pink card base or the yellow? Because then the yellow picks up some of the yellow in, oh, now I'm torn. What do you think? Although, you'll have to let me know in the comments, because I'm really torn right now, because I also had an idea that I thought would be fun, and that is this. Take some of the tape. Oh, that opened up beautifully. What if I just put one little gold edge on the edge of this? Now, if I did that, I think I would want to go with that, because otherwise, sometimes yellow and gold, they'll compete. But if I did it on this side, oh, I think that's cute. And press. Nope, a little off still. It's hard. It's hard to line up tape. I'm going to do it though. Press right to the edge like that. Okay, right to the edge. And now I will burnish that down. Push, push. Then instead of snipping with scissors, you just line up on the edge of your panel, press hard, and cut. I'm just better than scissors. When I use scissors, I always seem to take a chunk of paper out, which I hate doing. Okay, let's fold our card base. This will be top folding, of course. It will be a US A2 card. And we're going to do this. Okay. Now, even though this is a simple card, simple cards still take some thought, right? It took me a while. I mean, I thought this would be done in a matter of minutes. Not done in a matter of minutes. And that's okay, because I don't know about you, but I don't like to rush the process. And I know it's a shame, right, to cover up that pretty paper on the back, but I guess you can know in your heart that even the side that's getting popped up is pretty. You could always write a note to the recipient about that. All right, let's put this right onto the card base with that nice framing margin space. That looks good. See, I think that's really pretty, right? It's very subtle, but look at that fun shine. Oh, right? I love glitter tape. I'm resting it on the card just because it's delicate where the letters join, and I really don't want to bend this, although it does have a lot more heft now that it is stacked. And I'm centering it between the gold strip and the edge there. That's the visual center that I'm wanting. I will grab this ruler just to make sure that that is straight. You kind of have to lift it over the Y, and we're just going to press this before we move on. I think I'll line up. Again, I want it to be visually centered. I have a feeling that if I put it right here, I love it when the serifs line up. We'll see. Is that going to work there? Let's try it. Put the brick down and we'll see. Press. Right, and the last piece to add is the dot over the I, which I tend to do right on the card base. Oh, now why am I? There we go. Oh, that was way too much glue. Dab it up with my finger. You can always use your finger for something like that. Pop on dot number 1, also known as, of course, the tittle. Doop. I guess this is like a boop. All right. Boop. Put that on. And the third layer of dimension goes right there. So that is the first card. And I don't know about you, but I think that is kind of cute, right? Using that pattern paper, I could never paint something like that, but look how good that looks with the little dimensional greeting, the little strip of gold. All right, we started simple. Let's move on. For the next card, I am going to be using the Sunshine Flowers set because I really want to try painting this. I still can't believe that you get 2 6x8 stamp sets in this kit. It's a big one. Now, I had mentioned I was going to use maybe Zig Clean Color, but the reality is I've had more success painting with distress inks. They don't intimidate me the way other color mediums might. I've got a water brush here, just this detailer brush from Tim Holtz. I've got some Simon Intense Black ink, and I did pull a piece of Tim Holtz watercolor paper or cardstock. The reason I like this is how bright white it is. So let's get started with this image and see what shakes out. So I've got my Misty here, popping it in, and I am going to pick it up with the Misty door, make sure it's on there very nicely, reposition my cardstock right in the corner, and I'm just going to do this. I'll just rub my hands over this. It's a new stamp. And I just do this before I stamp for the first time. Grab my Intense Black, and I'm gonna go like this. Ink it up. I am going to bring the door, and I'm stamping and pressing with my stamping press tool, my Debbie tool, just because this really helps my wrists and also helps me get nice pressure onto the cardstock. I'm going to stamp this again. This is the nubby side of the Tim Holtz paper, so that means it's got more texture. And so stamping it more than once, perfectly acceptable, but also made all the more better by using a Misty Stamp Positioner. Most valuable player in my craft / dining room. Kind of missing that right in the middle, so I'm going to stamp it one more time. Let's do it. Sometimes I'll kind of tip my tool a little, like just get that corner. It's just so much easier for me. And there we go. We are ready to paint. You need a paper towel. Why? Well, because sometimes you gotta dab some of it off. And one of the cool things about using a water brush is you have your water with you, so you don't really need jars, right? I am going to smush down some tumbled glass first because my thinking here, and this is an Art Impressions palette, my thinking here is that I will create sort of a watery look inside the mason jar. So all I do is I'm just going to squeeze it to get the water going. And I am not fancy, so let's not pretend like we are. Let's water it down really well. And I'm just going to come in here and just do a little light wash right around here, like that. Very, very light. And I want it to look like water, but I don't necessarily want it to be dark. Does that make sense? I really do. I want this to be very watered down. And that's the other thing too. Just keep adding a little more water and you'll lighten it, right? So that it just, I don't know if I'm going inside that label yet. I think I am, but I think I want that to be very, very light. I think you just come in like that. Just add a little more, right? I'm not coloring in the band area because I think, and I'm not 100% sure yet, I think I just want that to be open so that I can come in there later and stamp. So that's all I'm doing with that. I think that's not bad, right? Let's just focus on a few leaves at a time. So I'm going to smush down mustard seed, right? Pick this up, and I'll add a little water dabble over there. It's a dabble. Some people call it a drop too. And then you can also kind of dab off a little before you get started. And I'm just going to start adding yellow to these petals. But I want them to be bold in color, you know. So I'm just gentle swiping up like that. And honestly, if someone like me, who I am a novice painter. If I can paint an image like this, I guarantee you, so can you. Thought I'd grab just a little vintage photo, and again, come in here. Now with a color that's darker, you don't have to worry about squeezing out quite as much, but again, I'll do a little droplet here. Just pick a little up here. I think that'll be nice, right? All right, and just right in the center here, I'm gonna add a little brown, like that. Dabbing off some of the water because I've got a little too much coming on there, like that. Right, so then it just kind of gives me that nice brown. And once that's dry, I think I'm going to come back in and do a little orange. All right, pink, pink, and orange. That way, let's do that. I can do all the florals at once, and then I'll go in and do the greens. Okay, and I'm just doing this, let's see, this one here, just for a wash of simple color in those petals. I just pop color down. Although I probably could do, and let's do this, I'm going to put a little picked raspberry next to it. What would happen if I did try to do just a little here, just a little bit? Oh, look at me. Look at me adding a little shading in there. I mean, it's not perfect. It's not really the point here. But you know, just maybe go a little darker on that flower. Actually, that's not bad. Not bad at all. All right, too. And you know what? That looks like it should be pink. All right, we'll come back with the orange because next, right, we're going to grab that. Let's go here. Okay, and this will all be orange. I think that's green though right there. See, that's where I get a little confused on floral images. Which one is leaf? Which one is floral? But we're going to be fine. We're going to be fine. Like that. All right, I am going to deepen this up a little. And that means I take less water, right? Well, actually, I do want to come over here because that's going to make a nice little visual connection between that flower and this one. Right, simple. Now, moving on to the greenery, I think I'm going to do crushed olive because, oh, I forgot that there's some jar right up there. Do I want to do crushed olive or do I want to do twisted citron? Let's take a look. Before I commit to a color, I'm going to try both here just on a piece of scratch paper because I might even change my mind again. I'm going to grab Mowed Lawn. Mowed Lawn, oh, that might be the color. The reason why is I kind of want it to match the green cardstock in the kit, although that's much brighter. Wonder what would happen if I mixed Mowed Lawn. Would that give me the color in the kit? Let's take a look. I want to see this cardstock. You know what I mean? Because then there would be a cool visual connection between the two. So I am going to mix these colors. I'm actually going to wipe this one away because I don't want to accidentally incorporate that. But I kind of like this mixed combination here of Twisted Citron and Mowed Lawn. Okay, that's going to be for our greenery. So now I'm going to start painting our leaves all over the greenery. Okay. I mean, that's cute, right? All right, squeezing you out a little. Just doing a little corner here. I don't need to be wasteful. Picking up, oh, I have way too much water. Picking that up with the brown. Just to make a few pods. I have way too much water on there. Okay. Pod, pod, and pod. Like that. Those will dry. That way we have little pods out there on the side, which kind of creates a nice bit of repetition. Let me grab a gray. I'm going to take some pumice stone. Just do a little tiny corner of it. Just tap that corner down. And I'm just going to add it right in there. I think that's all you need, right? Look at how light and gray that is. Again, the more water you add, the lighter your color will be. And I'm just going to come right there because it looks like that's where there should have been a little bit of the jar, right? Alrighty. I am going to let this, well, actually, I lied. Okay, I think I did go off onto the page, but that's okay. I'm going to let this dry completely before we stamp our greeting. Okay, so I'll clean up. Sometimes if you're impatient, you can take your heat tool. Actually, on my shopping list is one of those Tim Holtz Ranger dryers because the heat is it's a little more mild, but I'm going to dry this just a little to speed it along. All right. Off camera, I stamped thank you, added my powder, and now I will heat this up. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's make sure that I get all errant powder off. Yeah, that's good. Okay, now we go. Like that. And now I have my nice, shiny thank you greeting. One of the nice things about doing this is it will help to flatten this out from any warping. So I'll go ahead and cut that out on my die cut machine. So I cut this out, and as I'm looking at this, I almost think I should ground this, right? With a little of that gray. Would that be cute? We're gonna do it anyway. Yeah, that's very watered. Okay, bringing it down, bringing it down. And then I know I'm gonna have to let this dry again, but I think all I'm gonna do is just go like that, right? Just like, let's give it something to hang its hat on, like that. Just a little. Very, very simple. Just enough. You know what I mean? It didn't need much. Just that little bit. Oh, Cathy, I'm so proud of me right now for trying. And now I'm going to walk away because the more I do with this, the more I mess it up. So we will let that dry and then finish the card. I think this is going to be so pretty on the green cardstock base. So let's see here. And green is the perfect color. Isn't that pretty? The question now is, should I add a little shine, a little extra with some rose gold? I don't know if it needs it, but like I want to use this. Let me see. Where's my little scrap of paper that I painted on? And I don't really know if this needs it, but these are so pretty. Let's see what they look like. I mean, once they settle down, they have this lovely sort of shine. But I don't know where I would put one. I guess I could put a couple, you know, on the ribbon. I could do that, right? Okay, like that. Boop. So you can boop that. You can totally boop that. I come over here, do one down here on this part of the ribbon. Boop. Have a little bit of shine there, and maybe one more. Boop. Like that. Couple there. Oh, that's kind of cute. And then I should do two more. So maybe I'll do one here. Boop. Like that. Maybe kind of put one up here, right on the flower. Boop. And that gives me 5 little bits of shine, right? Just to have a little. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, this card is done, and I need to let that dry because these are going to take a little bit of time, but there's a little, you know, just a little texture on there. And that card is finished. For the next card, I'm going to stick with the same stamp set, and I want to do a nice little emboss resist with some ink blending with some colors that I have been loving lately. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm stamping this on a piece of Bristol, Strathmore Bristol Smooth, just because I thought it would be fun to try to ink blend on this. I don't use it very often, but I'm just trying to make a nice colorful panel for this project. And I'm just going to powder up this paper really well. Get that coated really nicely. Bring it down, make sure that's in the corner. Press. I'm going to ink it up a second time. But I think this is going to look good. Okay. Oh yeah. Tap, tap, tap. Can you see the image on there? All right, let's see. Is it all shiny? Kind of hard to see here. Actually, it does show up kind of nicely on the Bristol, doesn't it? Because the Bristol is not as bright white, but I think that looks really good. So I've got my new Simon Says Stamp blender brushes. Been loving these brushes so much. And I'm going to be using just 3 colors. Now here's the thing. I am not concerned about making this realistic. I am just going to do a wash of color over the areas in this piece, right? I think this is going to be cute, but we're going to have to see. I think I'm going to start with Rose Apple, all right? Starting with Rose Apple, and I've got my my Positively Everything tool, and the thing that I love about it is it will hold your pad in place while you are working. And the other thing that I love about having this done like this is I can actually hold, part of my paper, because I am going to trim this down, I think. But let's see what happens here. We're just gonna come in a few areas with the Rose Apple. We're just gonna create some transition. We're just gonna have a little fun, okay? Picking up some of that, coming in. Picking up some over here maybe too, like that. I'm gonna bring in the melon, and again, load up my brush. Just kind of come in here. Love what happens in the overlaps, right? It gets so pretty. Don't be afraid to overlap your inks. Now, this is a dye ink from Simon Says Stamp, and you should play with the dye inks, right, that you have, because you can blend with all kinds of things, right? Oxides and stress, but don't forget about your dye inks either, because they can do some pretty magical things on your paper. Now, of course, I have paper towel here so that, you can wipe over where you have ink blended to resist that color, right? And it wipes right off. I'm gonna grab my Lemon Zing. This is new. I just ordered this ink color because I really wanted to have this bright, happy yellow. It's a gorgeous color. And we'll just bring this in up here, like that. Again, little overlap areas are so fun. This one I am going to wipe because I think that's such a new pad. It's really showing up there. Isn't that pretty? Giving that little overlap. Like that. Okay, and again, we're going to resist. And I'm going to come back in now with more of both the orange and the Rose Apple. And pumping up certain areas, and you know what I mean? You can just kind of have some fun with that. Okay. Pump that up a little in here. And there's actually another little tip that I can share with you that's kind of fun. You can take stamp cleaner. Got some right here, this Ultra Clean from Simon Says Stamp. You can take a blender foam, right? Just a basic blender foam. And I'm going to just spray this off camera right onto the blender foam, right? So it's not super saturated. Maybe an extra. I just kind of moosh it in a little. And then if you go very lightly over your emboss resist, it will get even brighter It's kind of cool. And I keep one sponge dedicated to this. You don't want to press hard, right? Because you don't want to lift up the ink. I'm just kind of swiping very lightly over the top, and it's gonna pick up the color. So now I'm gonna cut this panel down just a little bit so that here it goes right off the edge of that trimmed down panel. So let's pop that in, cut it out. Okay. I tried to angle it a little. It's going to be a big pop. Great. You know, if this ever happens to you and you've impressed something from your plates, if your plates aren't clean, you can take an adhesive eraser, and 9 out of 10 times, it's gonna help lift whatever was on your piece. Well, it's looking a little stubborn, and it'll just take it right off. Right? That's one of the reasons I keep one of these handy. All right. Let's go choose some more elements for this card. Love that wider margin. So let's see, that looks like it's about a 1/2 inch all the way around. And I'll pop that down. Now I thought to keep it really simple, like I know that these are so cool. In fact, thank you for all your sunshine. That would be very easy to stamp and then cut out. Oh shoot, now I'm torn. I think these stickers are so great for just a very minimal card, right? All right, I know this would look good too, but here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna grab some ink and we're gonna stamp this out. I'm going to stamp this one with VersaFine Clair in the Nocturne because it's a very nice dark ink, but it's also very crisp. Let's just ink up our stamp really well here, like that, right? Give that a nice bit of ink, bring it down, we're in the corner, and press. I love the look of this, and I actually think this would be very easy to cut out. Oh, that is beautiful. I'm going to stamp it again, ink that up, and I'm actually going to stamp 2 of them because I like to have a backup, but oh, look at how beautifully that stamps. Oh my goodness, look at that. I'm going to show you a little bit of X-Acto knife magic. So I'm going to cut one so that I have a backup. I do this with a metal ruler because this is all I know. I do not know how to do this without a metal ruler. I've tried other rulers, but this is the ruler for me. You can kind of envision, right, where you're gonna cut, right, and you're gonna press down, tape down the paper. So the paper should not move while I'm cutting. Press really hard, right, and then bring that knife and cut. And look at that perfect trim, right? But see, now I can visualize, right, the same one. And when you do this, you really have to press hard on that ruler, and you also have to press firmly into the ruler with your blade in order to get that clean cut. But what's nice about straight edged things like this, right, these are going to be so easy to cut. I'm going to take advantage of every straight line that I can. Yeah, that looks great too. Okay, so you can see something like this, straight edges, so easy to cut and trim. We'll see how well I do on the, I have to press my thumb this way. Now I'll grab my scissors and we'll see if I can do this nicely, okay? Because I'm not the world's greatest with the scissors, but I sure am good with that X-Acto knife. That, maybe come in just a tiny bit more, like that, and go boop. Bet you didn't know you could boop that. Well, you sure can. Coming right in close. And then, boop. Look at that. It's not perfectly straight. I could actually come to the other side and just kind of go, let's straighten that out a bit. There we go. Not perfect, right? But actually, you know what? I think you can come in, turn it, and get that closer. That's a little better. Okay, so let's get you lined up like that. Okay. Did I get it? I think I might have cut a little bit into the paper, but you know what? No one is going to know. Isn't that cute? Oh, and here's a little tip too. When you're done with anything that you have fussy cut, grab your Teflon bone folder and just, you know what, go over it a little, because I did get a little close there. Did I just smush out? I think I just smushed out. I did. Totally, my ink wasn't dry. But you know what? No one's going to look at that and judge you. I think that looks great. I'm moving on. Actually, do you see where the ink smeared? I think I'm going to recut it out. So do as I say, not as I do. Let your ink dry. This one, I did not muck around with. See that? Little dabs of glue on. It just gives you a little wiggle room. And I actually think, honestly, I just think this right smack dab in the middle is like all that's needed. I started like moving it around and trying to get all clever, but sometimes, what is that great line from Spinal Tap? It's a fine line between clever and stupid. So I'm just going to put this right in the middle like that. And I'm going to bring in my ruler, bring it up just to make sure that's straight. You know what? That looks pretty straight to me. But isn't that fun? It's just graphic and stark, and I love it. So there is another finished card. Finally, I wanted to show you one more card that I made off camera, and I think I love this almost the most. I took the large sunflower from the sunflower garden and stamped it on the 3 different colors of cardstock in the kit, right? Embossed in white, and then just cut them down into strips so that this visual would kind of connect. And I really only stamped the upper part of this stamp. So that's a really fun way to play with a large stamp, but make an easy card. And then I just stamped happy birthday together and fussy cut that out. Isn't that fun? Ah, I love it. So I hope you enjoyed looking at the cards that I shared in today's unboxing. Let's see if we can, I don't know if I can get them all in. I'm definitely going to be playing more with this kit and sharing more cards as I create them. But I definitely had fun playing with this kit today, and I hope I don't know how to display it all. Definitely had fun working with this kit, and hopefully you're inspired to check it out. You can also become a subscriber to the Simon Says Stamp Card Kit program and get this kind of goodness every month. And of course, you can cancel at any time. It's a super fun way to get your creativity going. All links can be found below the video, and I will see you back here with another card project soon. Thanks so much for watching today. I would love to have you become a subscriber to my YouTube channel. And if you do subscribe, be sure to hit the gray bell below the video so that you don't miss the next time I post. Here are a couple other videos that you might be interested in watching. Thanks so much and have a great day.